Peace, love, and light. Um, I just wanted to kind of share some things because I don't know. I just feel like sharing some things right now. Today was a very reflective day for me. I spent a lot of time just sitting and thinking, or laying and thinking most of the time. But I was really reflecting on a lot of the things that have been happening for the past few months and just really processing a lot of it, seeing it from a bigger picture perspective, like just really looking at all the small details, but really just kind of like analyzing it and seeing like it from a different point of view than just them being in the actual situation. And a lot of things just made a lot of sense today. I don't know if it was just because it was a moon 111, and a lot of the moon energy was causing me to reflect and to kind of be more inward, even though it was a full moon, and the moon is in Sagittarius, which is another interesting thing because I was thinking about a lot of Sagittarius energy today and how it was an interesting time for me, but a lot of things happened in a short amount of time, and I wasn't able to really focus on a lot of it to really see what it was until after the fact. And today I was just really able to do that. And it tied into a lot of the things that I was picking up on and not really knowing what it was. But I think a lot of it is still kind of like hidden, or is still like misunderstood to a certain degree, because a lot of it just came to light today. Well, it just made sense today. But other than that, I wanted to talk about. I don't know if I made a. I've mentioned this already, but I wanted to talk about masculinity and how I went to this event with Sacred Sons last week, and I've really been watching them on Instagram, wanting to know more about it because it represented a lot of things that I am interested in actually. They do a lot of breath work, they do a lot of healing work, and they do a lot of things in nature. And it just like, if you've ever seen the videos on YouTube, on Instagram, and you're into that kind of stuff, it will get you kind of excited because it seems fun. And I've been looking for a group of people who are interested in healing, for men, a group of men to be more precise, that were into healing, because you don't see that. Well, I don't see that a lot, especially in my community. Like, people who look like me, we don't do a lot of healing work. So we have a bunch of men around here who are hurt or hurting, and they don't get the healing that they need. And I've always wanted to be a part of a group that does that, or that's interested in that, but I've never really been able to find one. So I looked up on finding Sacred Sons, but I can't really say luck because it literally had to be some type of manifestation, because I've been feeling that feeling strongly, especially lately, that I need to heal that area of myself and to develop more healthy for relationships with men in the sense of brotherhood, because I have a lot of unhealthy attachments with males that I'm not exactly proud of. And I want to learn to develop relationships with other men and be able to have friendships with them, and to have brotherhood, like a brotherhood. Even though I have a brother who I love dearly, and he's one of the first supporters of my channel, and I'm very thankful for my brother. But I mean, just overall, I mean, like in the sense of having like friends, because I've never been able to have like a big group of male friends that I really had healthy relationships with and could have moments to be vulnerable, where we explore like different types of trauma that we have or different things that we're going through, and we can do it openly and honestly without judgment, 555. And in doing so, we get the healing and comfort that we need from a male perspective, because it's great to be able to do that with a woman, to be able to talk to a woman and to talk to a woman and get that type of feeling, because feminine energy is very important to us as well, but we also need that masculine energy, and that's where a lot of us have that imbalance, where we get healing from one aspect or the other, and we don't get the healing from the aspect that we necessarily need sometimes. Because me personally, I know that I need some healing in terms of my masculinity, and it's not in a sense of judgment to myself. It's just, I know that I need that type of healing, like just to get more understanding of what it means to be a real masculine man, and not necessarily with toxic masculinity. Because I'm not talking about I'm less of a man because I don't have a certain level of healing from being from masculinity. It's more so that I don't have the best understanding of what masculinity is outside of what I've been taught from, like, the media, or watching rappers or something like that. It's just I've never really had that type of relationship with another male, other than like my uncle, and I've had my dad, but me and my dad don't necessarily have a strong relationship like that. I mean, we have a good, decent relationship, but we don't have a relationship where we can be vulnerable without it seeming like a joke or some type of not serious situation. And even with my uncle, I've admired him as far as like him being like a very good representation of what it means to be a man, but we don't have a relationship where I could just like, be vulnerable and things like that with him. And I don't know if I can say that it's a bad or good thing on either of our parts. It's just something that we don't have. But that's what I want to get from like being with Sacred Sons, and to see if I can develop more healthy relationships with men. And then another thing too was I tried some plant medicine when I was with Sacred Sons, and I think it's called Hape. I can't pronounce it, but I hope that's the correct way to pronounce it. And it was a very interesting experience, because for one, I didn't know that type of plant medicine existed. I thought the only plant medicine that existed was like mushrooms, and it may still be a mushroom. I don't know if it's a mushroom or not, but that's the only type of plant medicine that I knew about. But in learning about Hape, the way that I took it was like kind of mind blowing, because I've never had anything taken like that. And in taking it in the way that I took it, it was just like, I don't know. I think I would have to show like a example of it, but I don't have a way to show it. But we take it like through the nose, and you have to breathe it in. And at first, like, I didn't know what to expect, but I expected it to burn, because anything that goes into your nose makes your nose burn. And the first side didn't burn as much, but that second side it did, because I didn't fully recover from the first side. And after taking it, it took me a while to like really like. It took me after I took it in both nostrils, I sat for a second and I was like, being strong, being a man or whatever. But when I want to say like maybe maybe less than 5 minutes, maybe like 2 minutes or something like that. And after 2 minutes, I was like, kind of like I was extremely lightheaded, and I had to lay down. And I laid down for at least 20 to 30 minutes. After that, even though I was still conscious, I was like really trying to like balance myself out, and that's what the plant medicine did. The hape. It really balances out your masculine and feminine energy. And I really want to experience it again because it made me feel so clear, and I got so much healing from that I want to see what the effects of it would be if I did it again. And I want to do it in the sense of experimentation and exploration of myself, because exploration of myself is the goal of my life, pretty much. I want to see every situation 11:11 that I can get myself into that is healthy, that is going to benefit my overall being, rather than to stay stagnant in the same patterns that I've always been used to. And trying the hape made me very open to just a new experience, one that I had never even thought to experience before. And I'm very thankful for being able to experience it with Sacred Sons. And I want to try more plant medicines. I don't know any of them by names, but I do know a few people who do plant medicine ceremonies, and I want to see if I can do a plant medicine ceremony, or or like do some like plant medicine work with the people that I know that do it. Which brings me to another thing. This goes back to the thing that I was talking about earlier in the video and what I was reflecting on today. A lot of the energies that were present in Sagittarius and what are still present to this day center around money, Reiki, plant medicine, and connecting to other people and going to events. And I've noticed, I said this in one of my videos before, but I didn't say all the things that I mentioned. I noticed that every time that one of those ceremonies comes up, I'm blocked from it in some way, shape, or form. Or anytime I'm ready to learn Reiki, I'm blocked from it in some way, shape, or form. And anytime that, what else? Anytime that I'm trying to connect with somebody, it seems almost like the connection isn't what it's supposed to be. Because I feel like some of the connections could be better, but for some reason I feel like it's blocked. Like something is, or rather was, holding me back. And I could feel that energy being lifted, which was especially present today, which is why I'm bringing it up. But I can feel the energy being lifted, and I don't understand necessarily why it's being lifted, but I'm thankful for it. But at the same time, I don't know why it's being lifted, and I don't know why there was a block on these particular things in the first place. Because it seems like it's new energy, but at the same time, the more I thought about it today, it actually seems like it's really old energy. Like it was in, for lack of a better word, another dimension, that it traveled to this dimension to cause the same blockages to repeat, because those blockages pertain to something that occurred before, but they actually happened. Like, and with the Reiki, me getting the Reiki, the person that did the Reiki on me was kind of like, it wasn't the best situation in a sense, because it didn't seem like the energy was cleared in the way that Reiki is supposed to clear you. And the plant medicine, I think that was blocked due to an event that happened in my life that I may share later. But that was a very, very, very intense event. And if I haven't shared it already, it's one of the things that led to me opening my eyes wider and to get a broader perspective of what life really is. But that's why I think that energy is present. And it's kind of blocked because it was kind of like a overwhelming event that allowed me to see everything for what it was. And yeah, but that's why I think that energy is present. But at the same time, it seems just like it's stuck in a dimension that either I just walked out of, or that I'm allowed to see more clearly into the dimension because I'm looking at it from this perspective rather than being immersed in it and surrounded by it. But we shall see as time goes on, because the new moon is in Aquarius, and which is very interesting because Aquarius is about like groups of people and doing those type of exploration things and humanitarian things. As I said, I'm writing a book and I joined Sacred Sons today, and I didn't even know this until after the fact because I literally did the Sacred Sons thing at 12 something, and the moon went into Aquarius around, well, I think it's either going into, it either went into Aquarius around 2:42 today, or it's going there tomorrow. I have to check again, but yeah, I'm so in sync with the heavens. It's lovely. There's no other way to say it. It's a lovely feeling. I'm glad I'm so in sync with the heavens because everything that goes on in the celestial bodies is present in my life. And that's the way you really want to be. You want to be balanced like that. You want to be in alignment like that, because as long as you are in sync with the heavens, then everything is great. And yeah, I really am ever surprised at how in sync I am sometimes, because I didn't know that you could be this in sync with things that aren't on this earth, but at the same time are very present when it comes to the energy on this earth. And I really have gotten that lesson over the past year, more than any year of my life. Like I've always been kind of interested in the zodiac, but the more I've learned about it, the more I've become in sync with it, and the more I realize that it's very present in our everyday life. And we can't deny that it is. It literally is present in every day of our life, as long as we are under the sun or whatever. It's just really present in our life. Even if we weren't under the sun, it'll still be something over us to be like, in sync with us, to let us know that we're in sync with the universe. But that's another story. But I think that I'm going to do the video about aliens either tomorrow or sometime this week. And then I'm going to do the video about the Last Supper and Thanksgiving. And I think I briefly talked about gifts in this one, but I'm going to do a video about Christmas and the connection to gifts as well. At least I'm going to try to do that. The reason why I've been kind of sidetracked is because of the information that's been coming in about the things that have been happening in time that have been like kind of iffy. And I'm going to do another video kind of detailing different things that let me know that something happened in time. And I'm going to share the connections with what happened and how I know that it's not just something that I'm making up or experiencing by accident. It's something that actually happened. But other than that, I want to say that I love you, and I hope that you have a great day.